Neve Campbell is officially returning to the Scream franchise in Scream 7, and this is a lot more meaningful and important to the franchise than it seems. Wes Craven's Scream was key to revitalizing the slasher genre in the 1990s, and as such, it's one of the most influential horror movies of all time. The success of Scream made way for a franchise with a total of 6 movies, with the latter 2 part of a reboot trilogy. The first 4 Scream movies followed Sidney Prescott, Campbell, the main target of every Ghostface killer for different reasons, thus becoming the franchise's main final girl. Sidney returned in the legacy sequel Scream 2022 along with Gale Weathers, Courtney Cox, and Dewey Riley, David Arquette, to meet a new generation of characters, among them new final girls Sam, Melissa Barrera, and Tara Carpenter, Jenna Ortega. Campbell didn't return in Scream 6 due to salary disputes and her future in the franchise was unclear. However, after the many shake-ups Scream 7 went through with Barrera's firing, Ortega dropping out, and director Christopher Landon also leaving, hope for Campbell's return was reignited, and now she's officially coming back to the Scream saga for one more encounter with Ghostface. Neve Campbell is officially returning as Sidney Prescott in Scream 7 after missing Scream 6. Sidney Prescott is coming back. Neve Campbell and Ghostface in Scream franchise. Although Sidney wasn't the target of the Ghostface killers in Scream 2022, she played an important role as she not only further helped connect the reboot movies to the past 4 films, but also served as a guide to Sam and Tara throughout the 2022 Woodsboro murders. Despite Scream 2022 not leaving much room for Sidney's return, Campbell was expected to return in Scream 6, mostly as Courtney Cox was set to reprise her role as Gale Weathers one more time. Unfortunately, in June 2022, Campbell announced she wasn't going to return for Scream 6 as her contract and salary negotiations had stalled. After Scream 7 lost its 2 final girls and original director, rumors about Campbell's possible return started to emerge, as the final entry in the reboot trilogy was now missing a protagonist/final girl. Campbell herself confirmed that she's coming back for Scream 7 on an Instagram post showing the script, through which she also confirmed that franchise creator Kevin Williamson will direct the film. At the time of writing, details about Campbell's contract and salary are unknown, as well as Sidney's role in the film. What Sidney's story could be in Scream 7, based on the reboot movie's teases. Sidney Prescott finally got a peaceful life. Sidney Prescott spent most of her teenage and young adult years in constant fear of being attacked by a Ghostface killer. Sidney Prescott went through many betrayals in the first 4 Scream movies, with the first Ghostface killers being her boyfriend, Billy Loomis, Skeet Ulrich, and his friend Stu Macker, Matthew Lillard. Sidney later faced the anger of Billy's mother in Scream 2, who was aided by Sidney's friend Mickey Altieri, Timothy Oliphant, and she learned she had a half-brother, Roman Bridger, Scott Foley, in Scream 3, and that he was also responsible for pushing Billy and Stu into killing, including murdering his and Sidney's mother. After her cousin, Jill, Emma Roberts, and her friend Charlie, Rory Culkin, tried to kill her in Scream 4, Sidney was finally able to break free from Woodsboro and Ghostface. By the time of the events of Scream 2022, Sidney was living far away from Woodsboro and had married and formed a family. Her husband was mentioned by Gale to be named Mark, and it's understood that it's Scream 3's detective Mark Kincaid, Patrick Dempsey, with whom Sidney was seen starting a relationship at the end of Scream 3.